And it says, we are live. I'm here. You're beautiful. It's Thursday night. Must mean it's time for GotBot Goes Live. I, of course, am your host, your most humble of hosts, Dennis Moulton, a.k.a. GotBot. As always, please like, comment, share, of course, subscribe. And while you're at it, light them up, baby. Hit that notification bell. It helps me out a ton. It lets you know when content of all sorts goes up here on the channel. Check out Machinery of Man, The Everything Factor, all the groups that I'm either a mod or an admin for, all of my social media links. All of that is in the description down below. Also in the description down below. And if you are in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon. See what we have to offer to you through spring. Or, of course, you can hit the join button at any given time and become a channel member. If my voice sounds a little bit off, my throat is a little bit, I don't want to say strained. I guess it's a bit strained. Just so happens at my day job between yesterday and today, I had to do a lot of talking. So it's a little bit strained. I do have my trusty handy dandy water in my handy dandy cup. By the way, fun fact, this is the cup I actually take with me when I go to work. Usually it's coffee in it in the morning, though. Here now, just good old-fashioned water. Let's make sure we get everything set up here. We're going to talk about a lot of tidbits, not a lot of big news tonight, but a lot of like little tidbit stuff. So we'll go through all of it in a moment. Hold on. And of course, we do have a little bit of an unboxing, unpackaging, I suppose you could say. And we will do that as well. Wasn't Magmatron's review a bit wild? So when I done Magmatron's review, I looked at the transformation of all three of the dinos. Plus, I looked at, of course, the way that they combine for like that Chimera mode. It's what I've heard it called. I don't know if it actually is, but that's what I've heard it referred to as. And of course, we know that that's Magmasaurus. Like the actual name of it is Magmasaurus. The big trick there is making sure that you have everything oriented correctly with C-Source. If you got everything oriented well with C-Source, it's smooth as butter to put them together. Pardon me. I also talked about the scale and if Commander class was the right scale for Magmatron, if it could be the right scale for a possible big convoy update, or if the existing big convoy scales just fine with it. And you know what? There's sort of arguments on both sides of that fence, depending on, I guess, your personal slant, right? So I did talk about all those things. Tomorrow will be a quick one. We're going to have some fun and look at animated Soundwave and Laserbeak. Next week, we will look at both Prowls, the animated, I guess, regular Prowl and the animated Samurai Prowl. And I will do the transformation from robot to motorcycle with the regular one, from motorcycle back to robot with the Samurai one, because the sidecar and the Samurai bits do add a little bit of a different dynamic. I'll say this, though. I do find those to be a bit of a nuisance. I love the look, but I do find it to be a bit of a nuisance. And I do find the tolerances on the Samurai one to be just atrocious. You'll see what I mean when we do the review. Let's check in with you guys. Hey, Waspinator. Hey, Blue. Hey, Big M, Francis, Ultra Megatronus, Caldio, Marcus, D-Dog. What did you ever hear one of the dreads in Dark of the Moon? One said, "Give up." No, maybe, I don't know. I did the dreads talk? Were they in the movie? I don't remember. I got to be honest with you. Like, I'm not sitting down watching this stuff weekly. I haven't watched Dark of the Moon in, I don't know, 3-4 years, something like that. I don't know. I don't remember. Hey, Albert. Hey, Jamal. Hey, no. Hey, Manitoba. Listening on the good old drive, buddy. Drive safe. Hey, Suited. I've been reading this Transformers graphic novel called Win, If You Dare with... What? I've been reading... Caldeo saying, I've been reading this Transformers graphic novel called Win, If You Dare. Oh, with Bumblebee. Okay, as the main character. It's a good one. I mean, I'm glad you're enjoying it, I guess. I got to quit collecting for a while. I got a ticket. Oh, they're always brutal. Always brutal. It's easy to forget since the Dreads and most Bayverse characters are not all that memorable. Well, it's not. Yeah, I mean, they just don't have enough. You know, you're trying to stick everyone into this like little 2-hour window, right? This little 2-hour window. Okay, how about we dive into some things? Hey, sound like a plan? Hold on. Hold on. What have I got going on here? Hold on. I gotta try and fix something here, guys. Give me a moment. Hey, Razor Bear. Okay. 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 And how about we begin with this? Yeah, some Transformers 1 images, I suppose, of the, what's it called? I have to find out exactly what it's called. Bear with me here a second, guys. Where is it? Energon Power Optimus Prime. It's 10 inches. It's supposed to be a little bit easier to convert. It's a big Optimus Prime. I think the robot looks okay. This is the Takara images of it. I don't really dig the way the forearms are done with the whole Energon thing, like the axe. I detest this. I think that looks absolutely awful. I mean, if that's what it transforms into, just make it not transform. Leave it as an action master because this is terrible. I honestly can't stand it. I really think it's just that bad. I mean, there's a matrix in there. That's cool. But like, look at that. He's obviously just sat down and I guess his body is up. I guess that's his arms on the side. This is just, I get it. I get that it's like Cybertronian and I'm okay with the Cybertronian alt mode. Like I'm cool with the War for Cybertron alt mode. I'm even fine with like the Siege kind of alt mode, right? When I say War for Cybertron, I meant the video game. The Fall of Cybertron alt mode, fine, no problem. I don't like this. I really just I don't know. It's not landing with me. Maybe it's landing with you. I don't know. Then let's look at this next. And I do like this. Yeah. Bear with me. That was a cough. I apologize. So here, of course, we can see the packaging of both the Missing Link Bumblebee and Cliffjumper. I mean, okay, cool. It's packaging. I guess it's fine. They're in boxes, not blisters, because in Japan they were in boxes. So I understand exactly why they're doing that. That said, and I'm actually going to do something I don't usually do, which is kind of get back out of there and scroll a little bit. We also got pictures of this, and it's kind of renders, I guess. They will be packed in foam a la G1. This is kind of the foam insert and whatnot. We also see that there will be a sticker sheet that you will be able to apply, again, a la G1. And most interesting, a couple of collector cards, by the way. And most interesting, though it's not here, I think it was probably in the other one, we get to see that there are die-cast parts. I guess that's to be expected. That said, the back piece that was die cast has been removed and becomes plastic now because it's remolded for, I guess, having it like attached to like its display stand or whatever. So, I mean, we're kind of missing a piece of traditional die cast with this mold, but honestly, there's still a fair amount in there, especially at the joints and hinges and stuff. So I find that pretty cool, I suppose. Speaking of, and I'd like to do this one now if I can find it. Where is it? If I can find it. It's a big if. Here we go. There we go. So Dr. Wu, of course, is doing a little Legends scaled, Micromaster, I suppose I should say, scaled version of Warpath. This looks great. I think it looks very much like Warpath. I do find the, I guess, inclusion of the white piece there at the back, a little weird. Why didn't you do that piece also in red? But it's certainly not hateful. These are fairly early renders, so I mean, not much to report. It will be 4.5 centimeters, so not legend scale, micromaster scaled or micro machine scaled, if you will, right? But I think it looks really good. I've said this a billion times before. For such a small scale, they use good materials. It makes for a fun transformation generally. These are enjoyable for what they are. That said, it's going to be really tiny. It might not be for everyone. You know what, though? These would look great. Really, really, especially great with Titans. Make of that what you will. Bum, bum, bum. Let's check in with you guys before I move on. Here just a little bit. Let's see what you guys have been saying. I'm on the road too. There you go. Noah's on the road too. Stay safe, everybody that's driving. Listen along. Have some fun. Keep your wits about you on the road. I was actually going out earlier to get some KFC for Starscream wife and our youngest, who's here tonight, which is strange because he's not usually here on Thursdays. And I went because Starscream wife was going. She's actually not here tonight. She's actually gone to a book reading, so she'll be back later. But I went and I turned left at this particular intersection. And when you go through this intersection, you come out onto a fairly congested 4-lane road, and maybe 500 feet, maybe that 200 feet, 100. I don't even know if it's 200 feet. You have another intersection and another light. So it is fairly busy in that particular area. This was 5:30 in the day, so right in rush hour. And dude ahead of me goes in, jams on his brakes, and does a U-turn right there. I mean, idiot. What an idiot. What an accident he could have caused with traffic coming, with me behind him, and with another car coming up in the lane next to us, and the car behind me picking up speed. It was one of the dumbest moves I've ever seen a driver do. And I got to be honest, I see drivers do an awful lot of stupid moves. So be safe. Remember, the only one that you got control over on the road is yourself. You got to keep your wits about you with everyone else. Got the graphic novel from Ollie's for $3. Right on. Hey, Line. Some cons. Let me do this. Some cons are characters before I saw Armada. I had no idea who were who in expanding media and toys. I mean, I don't know what to say to that. The media is always expanding. We have a franchise that's 40 years old, right? So there are literally thousands upon thousands of characters. And with certain characters, I mean, there's hundreds upon hundreds of versions of them. Hey, Maximal 10. Francis, it really feels like they didn't even try with the TF1 Optimus alt mode. I agree. That's what I was thinking too. It's not news, it's garbage. Yes, you're right. It absolutely is utter trash. I completely agree with you, Caldillo. Just think someone at Hasbro looked at that truck and said, looks good. Corporate man probably did that. I mean, it was obviously approved by somebody who doesn't care about the franchise or doesn't care about the product and is just like, yeah, put it out. We could sell it, make money. And if that's your thinking, that's going to be a problem because fans are going to know the difference. Hey, Transmetal, why does Optimus look like a scooter without the handles? Maybe they went back to GoBots a little bit and said, what if Optimus looked like Scooter? Remember Scooter? Scooter was terrible. Voiced by Frank Welker, though. Who'd have thought that Scooter and Megatron were the same dude? There needs to be some diecast for $40 a piece. Absolutely, there needs to be some diecast for $40 and $40 US. Don't forget that. If you're gonna read the Transformers graphic novel, be ready for the wacky face. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna be going out and hunting down a graphic novel. You enjoy it though, Caldillo. It's not really my thing, but you enjoy it. Bumblebee's not my thing. Generally, Transformers and comics isn't my thing. It's not for me, but you enjoy, buddy. Can't wait for tomorrow because it's not only season 2 premiere of YOLOPARK, but the 11th anniversary of Transformers Prime episode Thursday. How do you know this stuff, Blue? Like how do you know that tomorrow's the 11th anniversary of a particular Transformers Prime episode? I don't understand your brain. It's amazing to me. It's like, and when I say amazing, I mean like it's fascinating to me because I have no idea how it remembers this stuff. Don't Don't forget to hit the like. Oh, yeah, I appreciate that, buddy. Hey, Jamal again. I don't know what you said, though. I think the original G.I.Joe Warpath or G1 Warpath had the white gray thing on the back, too. Maybe it did. Maybe it did. I honestly don't remember, and I never had that Warpath. A buddy of mine did, but I can't recall. Maybe you're right. That would make more sense then. When I first heard of Warpath, I thought he was spelled Warpath. Why would you think that? That's not a word. Interesting. Hey, Lance. That was an illegal left turn. It was not your. Well, it was a U-turn. It wasn't even a left turn. It was a U-turn. And I didn't say it was my fault. It was definitely his fault. The funny thing, last week, me and my family ran off the road on our way to get food. Wow. Man, people are so dumb these days. Which is funny. We have literally every answer at our fingertips. And I feel like the world is more stupid than it's ever been. I grew up in the 2000s. Bay introduced me to 4 or 5 legendary bots. 4 or 5 legendary bots. I would not. I would caution against using Bay and legendary bots together. I love the movies, but it gets so much flack and hate. But you know what I would also say? Like what you like and don't let anybody tell you it's wrong. Even me. And I tell a lot of people what they like is wrong. We chased those jerks for half an hour. Wow. Take a photo of their license plate. If nothing else, shame them. Hey, Input. By the way, Input had a stream and Danny was back. When was the last time we saw Danny? Always great when we see Danny. Just checked in. Yeah, G1 Warpath had the YOLOPARK. There you go. So I guess it comes from the G1. There you go. World is definitely more stupid now. You're right, Input. I agree. Hey, Blue Star. I have a question. I was looking at the old 80s toy catalog. Did they ever do any kind of modern remake of the deluxe vehicles, Whirl and Roadbuster? Yeah, in Generations. About 10 years ago. I mean, maybe they're due for an update again, but they did both of them as Voyagers. Yep. I'm an autistic too, and I also have ADHD as well, and I'm proud. You got to be yourself. I mean, look, man, everybody got, I don't know, I guess the attributes that make them who they are, challenges to overcome, ways that we have to adapt to the world. I mean, look at me. I got like 4 different eye problems, and like I've worked around it. I found ways around it. Such is life. Nobody's perfect, man. You know, we all are who we are, and we all have the, I don't know, abilities, strengths, and weaknesses and whatnot that it is. And you know what? We're all just trying to get from sun up to sundown. Ain't no reason to make life harder on anyone else. If someone asked me Transformers related, especially at my church, since the youth see only movies, I'll be a human vector sigma. Yeah, you are kind of like a human vector sigma. That T30 Roadbuster's top tier. It's a good Roadbuster. He has some ratchets. I wish the ratchets were a bit stronger. But man, he had so many accessories. Dude came with like 7 blasters or something. This is a sad week for me. I've decided to stop actively collecting and go after a few. I assume you mean grails, and then I'll be done. I mean, you know what? Here's the thing. I think with the way the prices and stuff have been going, a lot of people have been following suit with you, which is sad. Right? Because they're literally like driving fans away. The world is definitely more stupid. Look no further than the U.S. We are about to elect a convicted felon if 35 of 35 counts per. Listen, here's all I'm going to say on that, because I don't want to get into a political thing here. That ain't what we are here for. Here's what I would say to anybody that hears my voice. When November comes, forget about if you're left or right. Forget about if you, for some reason, align with a party. I don't know why anybody would do that. And ask yourself only one question. How do you want the rest of the world to see you? Because I have news for you. The rest of us right now are in knots, laughing and laughing and laughing at the prospect of you being led by a convicted felon. Nobody will take you seriously. Nobody will do business with you because they'll say, it's a felon. That's who you elected, is a felon. Someone who almost destroyed your country over a 4-year period already, and you're doing it again. Ask yourself, how do you want the world to perceive you? That would be my advice. And that's where I'm going to leave that. Food for thought. Some people took the song Dare to Be Stupid seriously. Yeah, you're not wrong, buddy. Hey, Omega. Okay, buddy. Let's get going again here with some of the news and get the good vibes going again. How about this? This is interesting. Officially now, we can see that we have the what's it called? What is this called? The dramatic capture. I can't call it bridge crew, dramatic capture trio, I guess. And I really love this. I mean, I'm not getting it because I need it, but look at this. That jazz is obviously the 86 jazz. It is, I mean, it looks colored generally like the one that we got in the 86 line. Maybe a couple of slight differences. I do like the Action Master deco. I don't know why we didn't get that for mainframe when we got the Titan Arc. So I do think that looks good. Understandably, you got the yellow and stuff there, and not for nothing, but that mainframe is pretty good. He's pretty fun. But then look at that Optimus. This is what I've been saying all along. That Optimus right there, and I talked about it all last week, and now we just have a clear image of it, so I'm not going to go over it again. The only thing to be perfect that Optimus needs to do is have the tires on the legs fold in. They should have engineered the legs similar to the way that the Siege was, so that you could actually fold the tires in and have the full leg be blue. If you had done that, this guy'd be a perfect Optimus Prime. Simple as that. So I just wanted to show this because it was like a clear image of the trio instead of like that grainy one with the Takara writing and stuff over it that we saw last week. And what about, yeah, this next. Boom. So these are Transformers 1 products, and these products are the, I just want to make sure again that I'm saying the actual, the actual name correctly. This is the Prime Changers. There you go. Transformers 1 Prime Changers. I was expecting some sort of a gimmick thing. These kind of look just like deluxes to me. I don't know what it is that's gimmicky about them, but they look like deluxes. It's Bumblebee and it's Sentinel Prime. I mean, I think the Bumblebee looks pretty good, honestly. The articulation looks good. The overall deco looks pretty good. He has his little blade thing there. The car mode, a bit bland. I mean, a nice layout and stuff, but the kind of back end of it is a bit bland. And the all yellow tires, while I understand it, also seem a bit bland. That said, still looks pretty good. Like for Cybertronian and Bee, I'm not angry at this at all. I think it looks all right, to be honest with you. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. I'm not angry about it. Then we have the Sentinel, and I like this. The color scheme really takes me back to the bot that kind of got deemed as G1 Sentinel Prime. It harkens me back to animated Sentinel Prime, for example, right? It has that same sort of a look to it. This is the plane mode. I was wondering what the plane mode would look like. I think the plane mode looks pretty good. What with the forward swept wings. I even like the kind of accessory storage there on the top. It looks like it sort of fits in. And then, of course, we have like the blue nose cone and stuff. I like this. I really do. I think that it looks really good. If you're in for a deluxe Sentinel Prime, this might be a solid way to go. Let's see. How about... Oh, hold on. I'm trying to... Oh, man, I can't do it. Aha, there you go. I just actually had the thing come up to skip ads, so you're welcome. I did the best I could for you guys. Okay. Again, I'm not angry about this. As a matter of fact, I find something very interesting about this. This, of course, is the Masterpiece Ironhide as DK2 guard. To me, this looks a lot like Shattered Glass Ironhide. Not perfect, but it could certainly be a stand-in for it. And, of course, the hoist redecoed as Lift Ticket. I think that they are officially now called Lift Ticket and DK2 guard. And, like, not for nothing, but I did want to point something out. So there are the pictures, and I'm going through, and that's great. Look at the truck here with the MP hoist. Did he not have the two side windows open and look really weird and odd? And I believe I said at the time that I went back and looked at the, what is it? It's a Hilux. Is that what it's called? I went back and looked at like the animation model and was like, wow, it actually was open on the sides. This one has a full closed in cab, and I think it looks infinitely better. I get that you wanted to match things right, but the open sides or the T-top truck cab, if you want to call it that, it was too out there for me. I didn't think it was a hit. I think that this is a better hit. Go figure. I really am shocked with me saying that. I mean, it looks fine. You know, it is what it is. Same with this lad. I mean, the same strengths and weaknesses that MP mold has, namely the diaper that he's wearing. You know, it is what it is. Not for me, might be for you. What about this? What's this? Yes. So here we have the Fans Hobby version of the Air Defense team, I think, Air Defense Minicon team. They make the Star Saber. Looks very, very close to the original, even with the coloration. Goes together nicely. Word that I've heard is that all three of them go onto one solid piece, so that it will keep them good and solid. I don't know if that's true, and I'm not sure I can really pick it out and tell for sure from these pictures. Maybe. But you can sort of see the layout here. It looks very much like the original. Very nice homage. It's meant to go with their MP scaled version of Armada character, so it's still going to be pretty large. Vehicle modes all look really, really accurate. For the record, that middle lad, the guy who's all silver there, I detested transforming that when I reviewed the Minicon Air Defense team. I did not like that guy. But these guys look excellent on their stands and stuff. And again, like the robot modes, I'm going to say that they look excellent. I don't particularly like these designs, but if you do, then I feel like this is very, very true. Very, very true and accurate. I mean, how often have I said, if you're in for the Armada stuff, and especially if the Hasbro stuff that they're doing now isn't up your alley, man, go Fans Toys, because they have done a lot. They recently showed, I don't have a picture for it, but they recently showed their Megatron with obviously the backpack that's going to be part of their tidal wave on his back. So like there are options out there. If you are more of an MP scaled collector and you want MP scaled Unicron trilogy stuff, go Fans Toys or Fans Hobby. I mean, if you want just mainline stuff, I don't know, stick with the regular Hasbro stuff, I guess. What about those? There you go. This is the reuse of the Studio Series Gamer Edition Barricade. I still think that this looks like Master Chief from Halo with the face and stuff in the green. I mean, I like the look of this. It looks bulky and it looks cool, but I own the Barricade, and the articulation on it is abysmal. It's awful, awful, awful articulation. And you can even look here. Man, they're desperately trying to find something to call it a dynamic pose. Like the vehicle, that's where this mold shines, because that vehicle looks nuts. Nuts. It looks nuts for Barricade, and it looks nuts here. It's like if a tank and a sports car had a love child, and this is what that would be. It's a sports tank. That's what I'm going to call it. Hashtag sports tank. And then we're back to the beginning where he looks like Master Chief. Sports tank. You heard it here first. Sports tank. Then I don't know why I say things sometimes. And then we got this thing. I mean, you know, I'm cool with it. I've heard that this is $8 US. I mean, I don't know for what it is. $8 seems a bit high to me, but I don't. You know, I'm still stuck back in the days when I could go to like a store, the grocery store, the toy store or something, and like next to the checkouts they had Hot Wheels and Matchbox. We just called them all Dinkies. We just called them Dinkies. That's what I don't know where the name came from, but they were all just Dinkies to us. And you could buy one for 99 cents. So $8 US, be about $10 Canadian. I don't know. Maybe it's okay price. That said, the Optimus does stand out. Like you look at the rest here, I think the Optimus absolutely stands out the most. I'm not angry at it. I just wonder if the price is accurate for it. And somebody who is a Hot Wheels fan would probably say, yeah, it's fine. And you know what? If it's fine for you, then it's fine. It looks fine. And speaking of, you know, cars and like model cars and whatnot, we all have this. It is the 132 Jada version of Jazz. I actually have the Optimus Prime that was given to me. So this is the Jazz. I mean, looks good. Very, very hyper, super wild, accurate vehicle mode for sure. Right? The racing stripes, the Autobot logo, the number 4, the tail lights. I mean, yeah. Opening doors. You can also see tracks there. You can see the Optimus sort of up in the corner up here. I mean, he lines up very nice with, you know, a lot of other comparison pieces there. I assume they're Masterpiece. I'm guessing all of those comparison pieces there are Masterpiece. I mean, I don't know if that's where you'd want to keep Jazz, but maybe these are all, I don't know. Maybe these are all Jada. I have no idea, honestly. Maybe they're all part of the Hollywood Rides line. But like this Jazz looks great. I'm not going to lie. I think it looks really, really good. I think it turned out well. Something else that turned out well, but very left field for me, are these things. I think they're called Blokees or Blokees, or I don't even know how to pronounce it, but you know what's really funny? These things have been getting kind of a cult following. And wave 4 includes Smokescreen, who is here. He is he here? No, he's not here. I thought he was. Smokescreen, Scrapper, Hook, which I think Scrapper and Hook are here. Yeah, down at the bottom. Soundwave, Magnus. Oh, wait. Smokescreen is here. Second row. He's the furthest one over. Ultra Magnus is the very first one up top. Tarn, who isn't pictured here, but you. Oh, yes, he is. Tarn is below Magnus. There's also a Nemesis Prime. There's 2 versions of Snarl here, as well as a Shockwave. I mean, here's the Shockwave. I can't even really call it super deformed. It's just, are they made of blocks? I don't know what this is. People have been getting them, but I'm not going to lie. I have no idea what this product is. I literally don't know anything. I showed it because it looked cool. And we do have one more picture for the news before. I do have some other news to talk about, but one more picture. I like this. It's this. Look at that. What could have been. This is unused artwork that was going to adorn the side of the box of Legacy Evolution. You'll notice right at the very tippy top, there is a half-destroyed Unicron face and a tagline that reaches like, that says something like, now that the war is over, a new evil rises, or some nonsense like that. Other than that, you'll also notice in the center where we got used to seeing Tarn's mug, we actually have Straxus there in the center, and we all know that the Straxus ended up getting released as a Pulse exclusive. Boo! Not everybody can get that. All I'm going to say. So I think that this is kind of cool to see, though, some unused work. Okay, let's check in with you guys. Then I'm going to do the rest of the news, and we'll see. I'm not sure how far up I got to go either. Oh. Let's see. I knew you guys were going to be talking a lot while I was going through that. Holy moly. What am I? How far up do I have to go here? Holy Moses. Okay, somewhere around here. And guys, if I'm missing stuff, I apologize. Hey, Ken. The world is definitely more stupid. You don't have to look any further. Okay, yeah, I done that one. Let's see. Some people took the song Dare to Be Stupid too seriously. Yes, you're right. I did say that one before as well. Hey, Omega Maximus. Yeah, this is where I left off. You think prices are crazy? My friend's uncle asked me to sell bikes at $500. He keeps asking for any messages. I told him, give me 100 times, what, $100 times you ask, and I'll buy them and I'll sell them at a better price. I don't know what you're doing, but 500 for a bike doesn't seem outrageous to me. Maybe 500 US for a bike is outrageous. Yeah. I'm going to somewhere in California because the area is way better than San Joaquin Valley weather in Fresno. You're moving there? I mean, good luck on the move, I guess. Good food for thought. I agree. Input. More repacks. I'd rather wait for the Commander Class 86 Optimus. I mean, you can, but why? I'm assuming they're just going to take the Earthrise and make a few little changes to it. I don't think the 86 Optimus is going to be what everybody it's all cracked up to be. I think we already have the perfect Optimus. And I don't know if it's worth, I can't imagine what they're going to do to make it worth a Commander price. I really, really can't. Time will tell, I guess. I mean, look at Magmatron. True blue Commander. Like, honest to God, you guys are aware that the least commander, like the one that has the least mass, it is the smallest. It is the one that has, I'll say, some of the easiest engineering of Commander class, yet renowned, is Ultra Magnus. Ultra Magnus is the one that is the low bar for what we can accept at Commander class. The very low bar. The very upper bar is Skylings, by the math and by the numbers, not by fan selection and not by your love of a certain character, but by the math and by the numbers that's used, by accountants and companies to come up with what they're willing to invest in profits and blah, blah, blah. That surprises me that the range falls between Skylings and Ultra Magnus. But it does. I thought that Magmatron was not going to be anywhere close. But dude clocks in at 635 grams. He is easy Commander class. Hey, Tens. Nobody takes us seriously here in the U.S. now. I mean, I didn't want to say anything, but I agree. Feels like the originals I have, but the colors are so nice. Yep. Arc mainframe ran out of paint, I guess. See, that's the thing. I mean, for what they charged, no, there should have been no running out of paint. But I get what you're saying, Franzese. If it was mainframe only, I'd go for it. Yeah, everything now got to be these bloody like group packs, and most of the time I don't want them. Do you prefer typing on a phone or keyboard on a computer? Keyboard, easy. I detest typing on a phone. I find it brutally, wickedly hard. And anybody who has seen my posts and stuff know that if you see my posts and they're full of typos, I typed it on that 100%, and I hit send, and I didn't proofread it. 100%. If it has little to no typos, I 100% did it on my computer. Fun fact. Keep in mind, Omega, some people are trying to audition for a GTA Netflix series and Fast Furious reboot. Watch your rearview mirrors. Oh, okay. I haven't heard of any of those things, but okay. Earthrise Prime refuses to die. I don't know why he would. He's a great Prime. That was the funniest political statement I've ever heard. Americans pride themselves on not only not caring what those foreigners think, but most of them don't even realize you all exist. That's true. And I would say that that's a problem because what you're doing is destroying your country on the world stage to the point where nobody wants to be around you because you don't have any sense. And that's not true of everyone, because I know a lot of you, and I know a lot of you are wonderful, wonderful, wonderful people. Wonderful people. The problem is it's the idiots, the bigots, the morons, and the criminals that speak the loudest, because anybody who's sensible, logical, level-headed doesn't. They just don't. It's as simple as that. You know, I mean, it's as simple as that. You got to ask ask yourself how you want to see the world, or how you want the world to see you, because you don't live in a microcosm. And you know, I had a guy just the other day say that he was living in the greatest country in the world. I'm like, no, you're not. Right now, you're living in the fifth greatest country in the world. The greatest country in the world right now is Germany. And he said, making that up. I'm like, no, you have Google, the answers right at your fingertips. Right now, in ranked order, it is Germany, it is Canada, it is Switzerland, it is, I think, Sweden, and then it's the US. But hey, be happy, because the last time I checked this, the US was in 12th place. And the time before that, when you had that other president in, you were in 24th place. So you're up to fifth, man. You're almost to the top again. Maybe don't ruin that now. I found Shard at Target today, so I decided to get her. She's great. She's a blast. Have fun, man. That Sentinel Prime looks pretty good. I agree. I absolutely agree. I love the Transformers 1 Bumblebee toy along with the Sentinel Prime. Instant must buy. And I would understand that because they are really great. Bee's legs are looking pretty hollow. They're all hollow. Like everybody says they're looking hollow. Listen, we had 1 year where things weren't that hollow. Siege. And they jacked the price, at least here, up 33%. And when I called them out on it, everybody said, stop being a complainer. These are the best we've ever gotten. I'm like, they're not. They're just using hinge and swivel, and they have put in an extra panel to cover a hollow spot. And I said then, how long do you think that's going to last? Well, here we are. And hollow is very common again. Prices haven't gone down. We never should have accepted it in 2019 when it started. Never should have accepted it. And it's too late now. Sentinel could be a partial Seeker remold and repaint. I agree. I kind of see too. Sentinel is definitely the best looking of that line so far. I absolutely agree as well. Sentinel looks a bit dirgy. Yeah, I can see exactly where you're coming from, Francis, with that. Hey, Grimlock on. Sentinel looks a bit like Thunderwing. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. Some talk there about Lift Ticket and DK Guard. Hoist lost his T-tops, right? And that's what it was like. It was like Hoist lost his T-tops, which is weird. We do have an official Masterpiece SG Prime, so that yeah, I mean, DK2 Guard could go with that SG Prime, and they would look great together. Pre-ordered DK2, not getting Lift Ticket, waiting to see if current MP rumors come to pass. I don't know what current MP rumors are talking about, but okay. Oh yeah, that MP mold for Ironhide is aging terribly. You're right. The Star Saber, yeah. Since we are getting Deluxe G1 Optimus Prime in Transformers Legacy United, it is no, we're not getting it in Transformers Legacy United. I don't think. I think that Optimus is going to be in the next thing. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it is Legacy United, but I thought it was whatever it is that's following Legacy. Anyway, the Deluxe Optimus. Yeah, what about it? Possible to get Deluxe G1 Seekers, G1 Skyfire, Omega. Why? You're saying this? We got it all, Omega. Go back to Classics Universe. Get them. They all already exist. Why do you want more of the same? No. Guys, stop. The last thing we need is a G1 Optimus. The last thing we need are Deluxe Seekers. The last thing we need is another Skyfire, another Megatron, another Soundwave, and Dinobots. No, we've literally got them all. What a waste of time, money, effort. I'm not in for that at all, Omega, because it's all already been done better, done cheaper. It all already exists. Look up Deluxe Dinobots, done in Classics Universe. Look up Deluxe Megatron. I would say the best Deluxe Megatron was the War for Cybertron one that turns into a tank. He has the coolest cannon. Deluxe Optimus. There's tons of Deluxe Optimus. No, I can't get into that, man. I'm sorry. I'm so done. Like, I'm so done with all of these same characters. I'm very done with them. Fans Hobby going all in on Armada lately, as they should. They found their lane. It's a success, and they're leaning into it. Good for Fans Hobby. Go you. Aren't Dinobots leader class since they are bigger? I mean, guys, we have the Studio Series 86 Dinobots. They literally never, ever need to do Dinobots ever again. Never, ever again need to do them. Because nothing for a main line is going to beat 86. And if you want them to combine, that trash that they put out in Legacy shouldn't have happened. Get the deluxes that they already did, the deluxe Dinobots that they already did that can combine into Volcanicus. And if you don't want them to combine into Volcanicus, don't combine them. Simple as that. All already done. Is there anywhere I can buy the Fans Hobby Star Saber mini cons? Google. The answer's right there. Google is your friend. That's all I can tell you. I don't know. Maybe. Hey, Yugi. I see that you got a long name there, but I'm going to shorten it to Yugi. It's going pretty good, buddy. Do you want to know the sad thing about Blaster from Transformers? He only appeared in one cartoon. I guess. I don't know if that's sad. He's a little annoying, but was watching Transformers Animated. Omega Supreme's cool. Yes, Animated was a brilliant show. Such a great show. Let's see. The Viacons look like a Master Chief. My other middle school friend would get that in a Spark Pulse. Should Steve people be purple? What? Steve people? I don't know what you're talking about. It does look like Master Chief, but the barricade mold sucks. I agree, Caldeo. It absolutely does, 100%. Looks like the Star Wars Republic hover tank with wheels. I don't know what that looks like on that Star Wars guy, but okay, if you say so, sure. Hey, Tetra. It's going. It's going. I won't say all's well, but it's going. I want that Hot Wheels Optimus Prime. Then get it. The Tumbler. Oh, it does look like the Tumbler from Batman. Oh, you're right, Marcus. Yes, that gamer mold does look like the Tumbler from Batman. You're absolutely right. Before Transformers, I was in the Hot Wheels. Well, then this is the best of both worlds for you. Bad news is 99-cent store closed here in the West, but the good news, hopefully they'll return. I doubt it. Prices ain't going down. It looks pretty cool and could fit well in a model layout. Yes, it could fit in a model layout. I agree. I like the cab over engine design. So do I. Jada Jazz is awesome. I agree. He looks really good. Well, will we get an official Masterpiece Jazz from Takara? No idea. And again, like you got to keep in mind, like I'm not an MP guy in the least. I don't know why the line exists, but it would seem at some point they would have to do Jazz, but they make weird choices, man. Do you know what car Jazz was in the 2007 Transformers movie? Yeah, of course, he was a Solstice, a Pontiac Solstice. Funny enough, that company no longer exists. Screen is black. I might have been putting something up there. I don't know why the screen was black. What? Black screen. Smoke screen. Smoke screen blacked out the page. Weird. That's strange. I don't know what happened there. Sorry about that, guys. Is there anywhere I can find the Transformers Blokees for a good price? I wouldn't know. I don't know where to buy them. I don't know what are they blocks? Do you put them together? Like, are they just rope? I don't know what these Blokees are. If anybody knows what they are, like, tell me what they are. Weird. Anyway, luckily, you remember that time we had the black screen and it like kicked me all out and we had to go back in? At least it didn't do that. This is part of the reason too why I don't like screen sharing and stuff. And people keep trying to get me to use things like StreamYard and stuff. I don't want to have to try and get used to something else and incorporate this and oh, you got to integrate that and blah blah blah. I'm not that guy. I'm not that dude. I hate having this. I was good with a flip phone. I was dandy with that. But like the world is the world, so you gotta have this. But like to say I enjoy smartphones, I don't. I really don't. I'm not a tech guy in the least. I'm like the last dude to adopt any technology. The very last. Like under my dresser, there's still a VCR. And I still prefer it over Blu-rays or DVDs because I find those machines to be finicky. Now, of course, nowadays you just stream most stuff. The Siege. From Siege and forward, I'd like to think Hasbro has truly given us the most definitive versions of most of the classic Transformers characters. Probably. Steve is the nickname given to the one V. Yes, I know that Steve was a Viacom, but I don't know what you guys are talking about. I don't know why Steve came up. No, not Tech Idol. Not even a little bit. Blokees are model kits. Thank you. Thank you. Model kit. Favorite Skybite. Why do people ask me the same questions? Favorite combiner? Computron. Favorite Decepticon combiner? Bruticus. Always. Always. I bet you people in the chat could have answered that for you, Skybite. I may also be wrong, but next Thursday will be Anniversary Transformers Pluto TV channel. What? I don't even know what Pluto TV is. Like, I'm so not in the same world as you guys. Hey, Ed. I don't know about y'all, but Commander Magmatron is an imposing looking character. He's bonkers. He's wild. I love him. I'm so glad to have him. What's your favorite combiner? Skybite? Since you asked me, I'll ask you because people are always curious to learn. Yeah, but I've said it a billion times. Bruticus is my fave too. You cracked on Jeffy. That's funny. Pluto TV is a free streaming service. I bet it's full of ads. If it's free, they're making money somehow. Menasor. Okay, Menasor. Yep, a favorite of a lot of people. Devastator. Interesting. Okay, so a few more, I guess, notes here that I'm going to run through very quickly. There were some clothes shown this week that are crossover with Transformers. I don't have the pictures here. If you want to see those products, go and see them on I saw it on both T-Formers and TFW. GameStop, in the US at least, has a thing coming up where if you spend, I think it's like $25 on Transformers merchandise, you'll get a free comic, which is issue 1 of the Skybound comic with a brand new cover. So if you want that to check it out for free, buy a Transformer from GameStop. Rebecca Nalty will be going to TF Nation. If you don't know who she is an IDW colorist. I feel like TF Nation is always chock-a-block full of IDW stuff. We saw a Transformers 1 Bumblebee. It doesn't transform or anything. It has a little backpack like a thruster pack. Very simple. It seems to be a fast food toy. The details with it say BKC LLC. It sounded like Burger King Corporation Limited Liability Company. So it might be a Transformers 1 tie-in with Burger King, at least in the US. I don't know about Canada. We already got that talked about. YOLOPARK, AMK Pro X, Rise of the Beast, Ape Link. Apparently, he has an independent skeleton from his parts. I don't know what that means. A magnetic base, and all for $60 US. And guess what? He's due for release this month, June. He's due for release this month if you're into it. We talked about the Blokees. We talked about that. We talked about that. We talked about that. Cool. Did we talk? Nope, not that. Lucky Cat. I meant to show this. Lucky Cat done a, get this, 3-0 deluxe scaled. So Lucky Cat, I guess, is its own company. 3-0 deluxe scaled Rise of the Beast Optimus Prime. He's going to stand 28 centimeters. He'll come with a sword, an arm cannon, a battle axe, a matrix. No real details. It's supposed to be due out in Q4 of this year. So that'd be October, November, December. I guess we'll see more of that as it evolves. The Page Punchers are out in the US and the UK now. They've been out here in Canada for a while. Vector Prime Legacy United Vector Prime was spotted in Cincinnati, Ohio. I think it was a Target, if I'm not mistaken, but I could be wrong about that. So if you live in Cincinnati, I don't know, see if you can get yourself a Vector Prime, I guess. We talked about that. We talked about that. We talked about that. Oh, I didn't get a picture of this because it's not worth it. Alpha Authentics Megatron. The dude is like 7 inches. It's $10 from Dollar General in the US, and it looks like utter trash. I feel like I look at more and more of the designs of this stuff, and I'm like, oh my God, why are you putting this garbage out? Do you really expect people to waste money on this junk? The Megatron looks just terrible. Just one of the worst looking things I've ever seen. But to be fair, in general, when I see Authentics, I retch. It's an awful line. Why would you insult customers by giving them junk? Because that's what it is. I'm sorry, but it is, man. Superion's a good combiner too. Omega Maximus. Yeah, I've never heard of this Pluto TV. Maybe it's a US thing. Maybe it's a world thing. I don't know. Honestly, outside of wrestling, I pretty much let my wife watch whatever she wants, and I just go along for the ride. My favorite combiner maybe has to be Steam Hammer combiner. Combiner core from our Revenge of the Fallen that I got from a friend years ago. Okay, right on. Family business. Family first, buddy. Family first. I don't always. Sometimes I put you guys first. The UK Transformers fans love their comics, apparently. Oh. I love all the customs you do. Thank you, Skybite. I appreciate it, buddy. One of my favorite customs was Nexus Prime. I love how Nexus Prime turned out. Authentics are garbage for the pores. Better off getting core class. But it's not for the pores. They're just junk. They're junk. It's garbage. Anybody could buy it. It's just, they're garbage. Favorite combiner, Unite Warrior Superion. Fair enough, buddy. Good one. Good pick. Wouldn't know. I'm not a Star Wars fan. Omega said Star Wars fandom's the worst. I wouldn't know. But I feel like the Transformers one is getting pretty bad. Combiner War Superion is damn near perfect. Yes, he is. You're right. Hey, Darren. Nexus was amazing, and I like your what? Oh, my Lyle Kaiser. Yeah, I love him. He's always a bit of a work in progress. Hey, keep in mind, California. What? Mowers here is going to kill your wallets. Movers here. Oh, okay. 86 Prime will be more Motormaster size. You know that's the exact same thing. Actually, Motormaster is smaller than the Earthrise one. So I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing. And the Motormaster is just a Voyager. Just like the Earthrise is just a Voyager. Right? Simple as that. I bet you 86 Prime's value is going to come from the trailer. I bet his value is going to come from preying on suckers who are willing to overpay to have him, just like they did with Ultra Magnus. Ultra Magnus is glorious, but he's only 512 grams or something like that, 520 grams. He's a bit too small. He passes because he is glorious in every other way. Here's the thing. Optimus is... I don't think the trailer is going to be that I hope it is, but I don't think the trailer is going to be that magnificent. I think they're going... Here's what I think they're going to give you. I think they're going to give you the Earthrise cab with a couple of little tweaks. Maybe the tires can turn in now, like they're doing with Springer. They're just taking the Siege and giving it a few tweaks and saying it's so much more. It won't be so much more. They'll probably give it the VNR head because that's the perfect Optimus Prime head. They'll take the Great Big Blaster that already came out in the Centurion pack and put that in. Take the axe from that and put that in. They'll take the roller from that and put that in. And they might make a bit of a bigger trailer with a few little, I don't know, paint apps or something like that. And that's what you're going to get. Oh, and a Matrix. Let's not forget a Matrix will be in there. And that's probably what you're going to get. I think a lot of it's going to be reused. Same with Springer. Springer's great. The new 86 Springer, great. He's fantastic. Not remotely a leader class. Nothing close to being it. It's definitely a little bit more than Voyager, but to jump all the way from the Voyager price to the leader price, it's not. It's not that. And they're going to do the same thing with Optimus. Mark my words. How often do I say this stuff, guys, and I actually end up being wrong? And how often do I say this stuff and actually end up being right? Go back. You can literally go back and watch every live stream where I've made these predictions for the last 5 years, almost 5 years. And ask yourself, did that happen? Did that happen? Did this happen? And I think you'll see there's a trend there right from 2019 on. Right from 2019 on. I use Chat GBT to make an acronym for gimmick stands for. I don't know what Chat GBT is. One of my friends went to Canada yesterday. She went early, right on. Felt secondhand embarrassment from that one guy. Two things a lot of Americans are lacking are education and humility. Here's the thing. Up here, there's a lot of people lacking education. But you know what? You know who's easiest to manipulate? You know who's easiest to tell lies to and have fools believe in those lies? The uneducated. That's why That's why people who are a little less than morally upright, definitely the morally corrupt, don't want you to be well educated. Certainly don't want you to have critical thinking and independent thought. You go to a place like, a nation where it's ran by a dictator or something. A lot of times when you actually see how that society works, the information is crazy controlled. I saw a documentary, I guess, on North Korea, and it was a doctor who went in to do a bunch of cataract surgeries. And when people had the surgeries done, they didn't thank the doctor. They thanked the great leader, who at the time was Kim Jong-il. He was still alive then. They thanked the great leader. They also believed that the Korean War was still happening. That was like, I don't know, 2010, something like that. And they thought that the Korean War was still happening. They had no idea that it ended in 1953. No clue. They don't have internet and stuff. And every single book in the library, every single book was written by Kim Jong-il's father. Every book. That's how you control a populace. An ignorant populace is an easy to control populace. I just looked something up. The Sentinel Prime has a similar vehicle shape to Zone's Sonic Bomber. It does have a similar shape to Sonic Bomber. You're right. We need different versions of the characters in mainline, TFA, Prime, RID 2001. Here's the thing. All of the same, like I said earlier, no, don't give us any more of that. I stand by. Updating things like Transformers Animated, RID 2001, and Prime. Yeah, sure. Although a lot of that is being kind of done bit by bit and piece by piece now, if you ask me. Which Tank Megatron? We've had 6 Tank Megatrons. Yeah, that's right. The Deluxe Classic Optimus Prime is crap. I'm sorry, the Ultimate Battle Deluxe Optimus is crap. Who said that? Then don't get that. Get the Generations one, the Warp Cybertron one, the Fall of Cybertron one. And you're saying it's crap, but it's just a it's just a deluxe. I think the spinning gimmick didn't help it. The robot mode is great. Animated Megatron is the best. Blaster was in the Chippendales movie. Okay. I never liked the deluxe Dinobots because they were too small. 86 does it better. Siege and Ford, I'd like to think. Yeah, we already talked about that too. That went way up there for a bit. Authentics are garbage. Yes, they are. They are. I agree. Shut up, Philippines. As an American, I constantly think about moving shop. I mean, you gotta live where you gotta live, and you gotta do what you gotta do, right? And don't get me wrong. As I live here in Canada, I'm not going to be the one to say that we're perfect by any stretch of imagination. Our inflation was not controlled. Prices are wild, right? And not for nothing, but there's a lot of strife. I think that the current prime minister, nice enough guy, he had a bad road to haul with all the stuff over the last few years, but like he got to go. He's done. The problem is the conservative leader, that's a party here, conservative party leader, Pierre Poilievre. Let's just say he's not the answer. That's all I'm going to say on that. Okay, let's do the very last piece of news. The Transformers G.I.Joe crossover movie. One piece of news, apparently Chris Hemsworth is in talks to star in this. It's unknown if Hemsworth would play a version of a G.I. Joe or be a voice for one of the Transformers. Of course, we know Chris Hemsworth is playing Optimus / Orion Pax in Transformers 1. Also with that film, and I find this far more concerning, Stephen Caple Jr. apparently some time ago pulled out as the director. I can remember saying when Rise of the Beasts came out, and I said, look, the director done a clean job here. He has an idea in mind. Could this crossover work? And I said then, if they follow Caple's map, I suppose, or idea, how he wants to present it, it'll probably be okay. Him pulling out worries me about the cohesiveness of how that project will come together. I am concerned about him pulling out because I think the strength was in Stephen Caple Jr. And that's it for the news. Let's do the trivia. Very easy, very super duper easy here tonight. What was the date of the release of the first, so issue 1 of the Marvel Transformers run. When did that start? Did it start A, June 3rd, 84, B, June 27th, 84, C, May 17th, 84, or D, May 29th, 84? A, B, C, or D, June 3rd, June 27th, May 17th, or May 29th? When did the first issue of the G1 Transformers comic from Marvel come out? C, May 27th. May 27th wasn't an answer. A, C. The answer is D, May 29th. May 29th. Yeah. You guys tried it 17th. It wasn't. It was the 29th. 29th. And the unboxing, and then we can get out of here, my friends. So, kind of 3 things. Starscream Wife got this. Some people will like it, some won't. But it is the Rise of the Beast Blu-ray. I have every other piece of really Transformers media in physical form. This was the one that I don't have. Normally I get the stuff for Christmas. I didn't get it this year for Christmas, so I have it now. But I told you guys already that we have animated Soundwave tomorrow. Then we're going to do 2 versions of Prowl next week. And then the week after that, ooh, where is it? Where did that go? Hold on here. Interesting. I may have to look for that, or I may have to ask. I may have to ask Maximal 10 about that. But animated Swoop, I don't see his head. Hey, Maximal 10, if you're still here, any idea why his head wasn't in the bag? Or is it in the bag? Oh, wait. Here it is. Ha-ha! Let's see if I can put on Swoop's head on this ball joint now. Because, of course, this ball joint is very flowy. Yeah, there we go. Animated Swoop we'll take a look at. A nice deluxe Swoop, by the way. I've never handled him, but I've always thought he looks like such a wild oddity. And so next week will be like Prowl week. And then the following week we'll do Swoop. And Swoop and I'm excited about this one. I've always wanted to take a look at this. I've never done it, but I've always wanted to. Grimlock. Oh, the plastic, the heft feels magnificent here. Animated Grimlock. I'll never forget when he said, "Me, Grimlock, go alone." And I can't remember who it was now that said that they would go with Grimlock. Maybe it was Bumblebee or something. And then Bumblebee said, "You go with Grimlock and we go together alone." And that's what they proceeded to do. Anyway, my friends, Grimlock, Swoop, Rise of the Beast. I am going to get out of here. I appreciate you guys coming by, giving me some of your extremely valuable time. I do know how important it is to you. If you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon. See what we have to offer to you through Spring, or of course, hit the join button at any given time and become a channel member while you are at it. Hit the subscribe button. Stick around. Have some fun with us here on the channel. And please, thank you. Do not forget, not for a second, not for a moment, that you right there, each and every single day, you do make a difference in the world. And I look forward to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit, either in the live streams on Thursday nights, at the stop motion premieres, or of course the old-fashioned way right here inside the videos. Have a great weekend, guys.